Well, watching the events unfold at the U.S. Capitol was hard enough for adults to watch, let alone for our children.
And naturally, they will have questions. So how should we answer those questions? 7 Action News reporter Jennifer Ann Wilson went to the experts to find out the best way to explain the situation to our kids.
This created a lot of conversation on my social media channels, with some people saying specifically what it is they told their child about what happened and what is happening. Others saying they're avoiding the conversation altogether because perhaps they believe their child is too young. But experts I spoke with say you never know what it is your child may or may not have seen or what they may be feeling. It's best to just ask.
Just because they don't talk about it doesn't mean they're not thinking about it.
When Washington, D.C. protests turned violent and rioters forced their way into the Capitol building, most adults were glued to their TV or social media watching it all unfold. But how much did the kids in your life see, and how do you talk to them about it? Experts say it's best to start by asking.
Did you hear about anything that happened yesterday? And what are your thoughts? What do you know?
Dr. BROOKE WEINGARDEN says especially with young kids, don't assume anything.
Their understanding and their concerns might be completely not what you would think that they were. It could be that, people were outside and it was very cold and they had no coats on, or somebody was being mean, or, it's a very different understanding than a teenager.
As a teacher, Sham Thacker works with teens every day in Redford schools. He specializes in helping students cope with trauma.
They need to understand that they are in a safe place and that people who care about them are also safe.
Ask open-ended questions and then listen.
We don't want to bottle these emotions up because we all know what can happen when you bottle these emotions up.
But what if your child doesn't open up? Dr. Weingarten says you can gently lead the way no matter their age.
You may not have noticed, but something happened yesterday and it was pretty upsetting to me and it was pretty upsetting to a lot of people. And I want you to know that it's okay if you want to talk about that and just sort of leave that there.
If your kid has questions, be honest, but don't overshare, she warns, and let them know things may be hard now, but it will get better.
You will never see a rainbow without going through a storm. In order to see a rainbow, there has to be a storm.
Something scary happens, but there's always something that we can learn from it. And that's another area to focus, especially with more anxious kids that are really kind of scared about all of this.
And if you've got a younger child who perhaps isn't quite as good at expressing their emotions just yet, suggesting a drawing or art project could be good, or encouraging them to journal their feelings. We'll put more information on our website at WXYZ.com. I'm Jennifer Ann Wilson, 7 Action News.